I just hate when people have to ask me a million times to try food when I don't even want to try it. It doesn't look right to me. It looks sketchy and I just don't have any interest in it. And I was at my buddy's house the other night and his mom just kept asking me if I wanted to try her jumbo shrimp. And I was just like, no, thank you. And I was being polite. And there just comes a certain point where someone asks you so many times that you just have to be an asshole about it. Like, no, I don't want your fucking shrimp. But, she kept asking me. I didn't say that to her, obviously. She just kept asking me a million times, and I was just like, no, I'm sorry. I just don't want to try it. I don't eat seafood. I'm not even a picky eater. Like, I just don't like seafood. Is that okay? So I was sitting there, and I was sitting on the couch, and she just brings it over and sets it right in front of me. She's like, Jordan, just try it. And I was like, God damn it. So I tried it. I don't know why she was, like, insulted that I didn't want to eat it. So she sets it in front of me, and I tried it. And I ended up liking it, and that's when I felt like a dick, because I was just like, I've just been shutting this woman down for 30 minutes, and now I'm eating half the plate. So, I don't know, that was completely irrelevant to what I want to talk to you guys about today. I don't even know why I told you that. So, I want to talk to you guys today about my first friends with benefits situation, and it was just really ironic because we hated each other. We didn't even like each other as a person. Like, just our existence annoyed each other. All it was a physical attraction, and that was it. But towards the end, this just proves that any friends with benefits situation, someone's gonna catch feelings, because in the beginning of this, we didn't even like each other as individuals. So it all started, the whole reason she even hated me in the first place was because one of my friends made a Facebook fan page called Mackenzie Has a Nice Ass, and the profile picture was a girl in yoga pants, and she had a nice butt. So it was like a compliment too. I don't even know why she got mad, but the whole reason she was mad at me was because for some reason my friend put my name at the top of list of creators. So at the top of the page it said creators, Jordan, and then a couple other people underneath it, and I just happened to be at the top. And so as soon as she saw this, she got her dad, who's a lawyer, and they called me, and they called my phone. I answer it, and I'm just like, hello, and she's like immediately going off in my ear. I saw that Facebook fan page, and I'm going to press charges for sexual harassment. And I was just thinking, like, Mackenzie, shut up. You have zero proof that I made that. Just because my name is at the top of listed creators doesn't mean that I'm responsible. So, there was no way that she was going to take me down, but she still hated me for this reason. So eventually the page did get taken down, but I was annoyed because she just jumped to conclusions immediately like that. Didn't even give me a chance to explain myself. So after a while, we lived in the same neighborhood, so it was really awkward when I would see her. So I just had to squash this whole problem. So I called her up one day and I was like, listen, Mackenzie, now it's been a few months. Can we please talk about this? Because this is just outrageous. She was finally being understanding, and she was like, I'm sorry, I was just caught up in the heat of the moment. And I was just confused because I was like, well, it was a compliment. So I don't know why you're upset, because you have a nice butt. I'm not gonna lie. I said that to her, and she was just like, I don't know why I got so mad about it. And I was, me either. I don't even know why you care that much. But anyway, we squashed that, and then out of nowhere, she texted me the next day, and she's like, hey, do you want to hang out? And it just caught me off guard because I don't even really know this girl. But yeah, I thought I'd give it a shot. So she came over to my house, and she had this really nice Mustang GT that she just got, and it was so nice. It was brand new, 2010, and I had to drive it. So I drove it, and I couldn't believe she let me drive it. It took me a while to convince her, but she let me. So on the way to the movies, that's where we were headed. On the way to the movies, I was driving it like really fast. I took it on a country road. I was going like 95, 100 miles per hour, and that was nothing. It didn't even feel like we were moving that fast. It was so smooth and loud and just roaring. It was amazing. That thing screamed. But anyway, we were going to the movies, and I was driving really fast, and she started crying and screaming at me, telling me to slow down, and I wouldn't. I just kept going faster, and she started smacking me, and then a deer steps out onto the road and acts like he's gonna cross the street, but then he turns around and runs back into the bushes, and I slammed on the brakes, and I was like, oh my god. That, seriously, if he would have decided to make the move to run across the street, I think I would have hit it. So shit got real for me right there, and I was like, all right, I'm slowing down, I'm done. And once we got to the movie theater, she was still bitching about it, and I understood why she was angry, but I apologized. I was like, all right, I understand what I did was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it again. Here, I don't even have to drive anymore. And that wasn't enough. She still kept bitching in my ear, and I was just like, Mackenzie, just shut the... I didn't even finish saying shut up. I jumped across the armrest. I don't even know what came over me. I just jumped across the armrest and started kissing her, and I don't even know why. It was just like a reflex. I have no idea why I did that. I would never usually do that to a girl that I don't even really know. Like, it was just really brave and stupid, but she liked it and she just kept kissing me. And seriously, we just kissed for like 5-10 minutes, and after that we realized like we're not gonna make this movie, we're just gonna stay here. So without even talking about what was going on, we just kept, like, one thing led to another. Let me just say that one thing led to another, and we missed the movie. So I took her home that night, and then we were texting, and I was like, listen, I'm not gonna catch feelings for you. You just annoy the shit out of me. I didn't say that, but I was like, I can't see this turning anything more than a hookup. And she's like, yeah, me too, but I like it. And I was just like, so do I. So we agreed, friends with benefits, and nobody was gonna catch feelings. That was the agreement. And it was going pretty well for a few weeks. You know, she lived in my neighborhood, so it was pretty perfect. I just slid into her basement window, and we would always sleep together. Like, it was like a regular thing. And after a while, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, you're like, somebody's gonna catch feelings. Like, when you're having a relationship like that, like just a sexual relationship, somebody's gonna catch feelings eventually, and you can't really avoid it. So that's why you'll hear like friends with benefits, it never works. It's never successful for this very reason. It's just a matter of time really before someone catches feelings. So I remember, like, we never hung out other than in her room. So I remember she called me up one day. She was like, hey, I want to go get blood. Will you come with me? And I was just really like, I was just confused, but I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. So we went, and she was like holding my hand, but I can understand why she was holding my hand. She was giving blood. But after that, we went to Goodwill next door, and this is when she like started getting really clingy, and she was like hanging onto my arm and, like, you know, just trying to hold my hand. And I was just like, I just don't want a relationship right now. I'm not into any of this. I don't have time for it either. Like, I really am focusing on other things. So I just didn't have interest in a relationship at the time. So I told her, and she got really upset and really pissed off. And I was like, whatever happened to our agreement? And she just didn't have anything to say about it. She was just pissed off at me forever. You know, after we left Goodwill, it was pretty much a quiet ride back home, and neither of us talked to each other, so it was really awkward. Without like a final word at all, we just gradually stopped talking to each other because she was just pissed off that I didn't want anything more, and I was just like, I couldn't believe that she was mad at me about that. But girls are definitely more likely to catch feelings than guys. But the moral of the story, I guess, is friends with benefits never works. But you can try and do it as long as you can. But if someone starts catching feelings, you know, you got to end it right there. You can't lead that person on. And that's what I did. You know, I just tried to tell her before anything got worse. But I'm out of here, you guys.
Yo, rappers like heavy metal and ghettos, guns, metal and ammo. Pistol whip Tony and fuck metal soprano. A cat sell them bugs, but tell them thugs that rappers like rappers like heavy metal and ghettos, guns, metal and ammo. Pistol whip Tony and fuck metal soprano. A cat sell them bugs, but tell them thugs they don't know to carry more heat than welding gloves. I walk amongst the gods, keep my head in the clouds. Always show poop and drugs, getting head in the crowd. Put it in your girl's mouth, blast off like NASA, the master of nastiness, transform a classy bitch.